Hi Metalheads, willkommen zu Metalheads Forever Show Nummer 910 am 15.04.2025. Schön, dass ihr dabei seid zur nächsten Double Feature Show mit internationalen Gästen. Die einen kommen aus Schweden und der andere kommt aus Frankreich. Sehr, sehr geile Mucke. Die ersten machen richtig schön auf Maske. Das wird sehr interessant heute für euch mit Sicherheit. Und der zweite, der war schon mal bei uns zu Gast gewesen mit King Crown und jetzt ist er mit seinem Solo-Projekt da, Bob Saliba, und davor kommt Curse of Cain. Und dachte mir, wie kann die Show heute anfangen? Machen wir doch gleich was mit Maske, oder? Das passt dann perfekt zu Curse of Cain, nämlich Lordi. Und zwar Naked in My Cellar. Wir sagen, let the madness begin.
The Metalheads Forever Rockcast show is proud to present cinematic fusion of modern metal with gothic elements. Curse of Cain. And in the double feature interview, melodic metal from France, Bob Saliba. Don't miss the interviews with this fantastic bands. The Metalheads Forever Rockcast show salutes you.
unvergessen der Moment, als Lordi damals gewonnen haben. Ihr wisst, was ich meine, oder? Unglaublich, das war der Schocker und ich habe es ihnen so vergönnt und Lordi sind schon geil. Die nächste Band, da habe ich das Gefühl, da wird noch mehr kommen. Jetzt gibt es erstmal die Musik dazu und dann begrüße ich The Pirate im Interview, und zwar Curse of Cain und Feel the Pain. Attacke. And now, all the way from Sweden, Curse of Cain, here's the Pirate. Hey, Pirate, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
You are exception because normally now in Sweden it's very early, and for a metalhead like you, 10 o'clock in the morning, my friend. Congratulations. Yeah. This is a very early one.
Yeah, but I am a pirate, right? So I don't get so much sleep.
I always thought they were Vikings, but now we have pirates as well. But it's the same. Okay.
Something.
Curse of Cain. What what when we start to communicate and you ask me, we only do in interviews in character, I said, yes, I like this because I had it only once with character. So we have this is a second show.
That's a good thing. It's more
Curse
fun
of Cain.
Yeah, it's more fun.
We have some great songs. We just heard the song Feel the Pain.
Yeah.
And give me some story about, no, you know what, before we talk about the music, talk about you. That is always the first question. I want to know how you became a metalhead. How you became a metalhead with character, you know, this is the different twist. But there must be the pirate in a younger age infected by music. And what was the trigger?
Yeah, great question, because my interest in music started really early. In the 80s, of course, because here in Sweden you could only listen to like hard rock or synth music, you know, Depeche Mode or Iron Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
So what's a choice for me? I got into metal really young, and being a bit of an outsider when I was young, I was pretty nerdy, you know, going into games, loving comics and loving music. So metal was an escape for me from the reality, which I drew closer into what I do today.
What kind of metal? Already harder or more soft metal or hard rock?
You know, when everything came, it was like Twisted Sister. But for me, the biggest thing was Wasp. You know, they were the baddest. Yeah, they were really like brutal those days. Nowadays, they are like a soft pop band.
The image was brutal. The music was more melodic hard rock. But I was in a Wasp show in the 80s. I saw it with my own eyes when Black Lawless throw the steaks, the piece of meat, bloody meat in the crowd. This was great. Yeah, you're right. This was
so that was big for me. You know, the theatrical thing. Yet not only the music, they put on a show that a lot of people got disgusted, and a lot of people like me, like, whoa, this is a show, nothing else. So it's where I come from. So when we did this Curse of Cain thing, because I had this idea for a long time. I played in a lot of other smaller and bigger bands before this. I wanted to do something more than just be myself, looking good, going out and trying to be something I'm not. So I saw my life as I've always been a pirate, but more of a Disney pirate, you know, the kind one. But this character is not so nice, but the person behind is a nice person.
Not a pirate from the Caribbean, like Johnny Depp.
No, not. This is more of a brutal story, but we keep it in the movies where. So in real life we are kind. In the story we are pretty brutal, and it's nice to be your alter ego instead of. You can live longer behind this, and it's more fun than just going out every night playing, being yourself.
Okay. So you have this in a very, very early. You have this to gain in character. I like this. This is so you're authentic.
Yeah, I really want to be in character because most people who know the man behind the mask think that I want to be seen all the time because I love playing music. You know, music for me is a big passion. I do it for myself, for no one else. But I got tired of just being the good-looking guy, shaking my hair on stage, and I wanted to be something else, larger than life characters who can live long after I'm gone. Someone can take this role and just roll on with it like a superhero or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Lordi.
Yeah,
same with Lordi or Slipknot. So there's something behind the mask, you know. There's this makes it special, you know. Yeah, I like this. And the videos we see, you have a fantastic show, my man. This is what you have. This is a production.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
And when it comes to this, it's a teamwork. You know, we can't only be one person. We are 5 characters in the band, but we have a shitload of music behind the scenes as well. I want to point out that nothing like this, when you do it in production, is a one-man show. Yeah, because I decided to collect all my friends who are interested in this type of thing, and we just during the pandemic we decided to have our own playground, doing what we like, you know, nerdy stuff, movies, music. Instead of working for someone else and doing what they want, we did it what we wanted to do. And that's the result. So the result is Curse of Cain. And we still do it because we think it's fun. We put a lot of time into the production. Almost none of us gets paid for doing this, but we do it anyway. Instead of
because you have fun. That's it, the difference.
Yeah, we do it for fun, and we will continue doing it like this. That's the most
very cool. We just heard the song "Feel the Pain," and I think this song we play right in the end again and talk about this. So we have more to feature now. The next one is "Dead and Buried." I would say play it first and then talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes, "Dead and Buried."
Remember this. When you're dead and buried.
Dead and Buried.
Yes. What is the story? What is the backstory to this song?
The backstory behind his song is actually it's the first song we ever wrote for Curse of Cain. So it ended up, what theme do we want to have? You know, like the characters are almost dead and buried all the time. So, and from the first song, Dead and Buried, is about the character who we sing about a lot, Cain, you know. The lore is about Cain. Long story, we have a shitload of videos about how we explain what we are doing. But Dead and Buried is actually about Cain, because he can never die. but he's been buried. So short
Okay.
story.
So this Cain, this character Cain, this goes through all years. This is always the same character.
Yeah, always. He's a character that's always behind us in the band, you know, singing in the shadows. But we follow Cain. He's the first fallen. He's the first of everything. He was the first murderer in the biblical story, but we have put a twist on it. So
Abel and Cain.
yes.
Here we go. Now we understand.
You
Cool.
know, Cain has a lot of different stories through history, but we have put a spin on it.
It's time we look from 2024. It was official live video from the Adventure Mine.
Yeah.
And this is Blood, the End.
Blood
Let's
End.
watch it. Here we go.
Yeah.
Blood End. Here we go.
Blood, the End.
This is the end.
Thank you, everyone.
Blood, the end.
Blood, the end. Another story? You give it to me.
The story behind Blood, the end is like, if you see Cain, like in many lores, he's a vampire, right? So I wanted to... This song is more the end of the first record. And it's a lot of blood surrounding Cain and life. So we did a song with this theme in it. And it's actually always our end song to our shows every time.
Is there a Cain in the show involved, like Eddie and Iron Maiden?
We have a shitload of characters coming in our shows.
How many? Give the people some.
Oh, we have a clown. We have two like big monsters, like 4 meter high, coming in. They look more like ghosts, I think. And then we have the Rex, who are more like zombies, also coming in. And then you have the band. It depends on the show, because we do every show different. Mm-hmm. You should see that the Curse of Cain is almost like a traveling theater, because we do as much. And it takes a lot of time. But if you watch it on YouTube and wherever, you see what we do live. It's a big part of us. Big part. Yeah, I can add, like, we want to do a show, like a production. The end goal is to do a bigger show than Rammstein, right? People laugh at us when we say that, but we are pretty close now without having the money. So I think we will manage if more people find us.
Because it's interesting.
Yeah, and actually we got nominated for the best live performance in our region here now in the Dalarna Music Awards. So people are starting to recognize what we are doing. So that's a good thing.
Very cool. Yeah. And it reminds me a little bit Dimitri. You know this band?
Yeah.
He was the one, the singer in the show, the first one with a mask. This was Dimitri. Yeah. But it's definitely not this scale of show. But this is amazing. Holy cow.
Yeah, we have backstories on everything, big lore.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one. The Mark.
Yeah. The Mark.
You can announce it. The Mark. How we do it?
This is the Mark.
This was The Mark. Yeah. Love it.
The Mark is a special song because it's the song about how Cain, if you know the story about Cain and Abel, you know that Cain actually gets the mark for murdering his brother. So this story and this song is actually about that. And it's been our opening song for many shows. The shows we have done, we don't do so many shows because we're pretty picky on show-wise, so we can do everything. But the Mark is always the beginning, and it was the first song that we officially released and did a video for ourselves during the pandemic. So I think it panned out really good because the story, the intro on the song, you have Cain talking, you know, and then we hit into a really, really powerful metal song. It's one of our harder tracks. It is.
I love it. I love it, really. And the image is, you know, I can feel it if you are in the audience and you have this powerful image, you know, very cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun song to play live. All songs are always better live than just listening to them, but also a good listening.
Very cool. The Mark, great. Now, one more from the Adventure Mine, 2024, The Ground.
Yeah.
Let's watch it.
This is The Ground.
Action.
Time I'm healing, I don't know what I'm feeling, lost inside my mind.
This was The Ground.
Yes. Most people found themselves on the ground sometime, right?
Yes.
So this song is actually a lot about falling to the ground and getting back up. Some kind of
It's
symbol.
actually life. This is life.
Yeah.
If you live long, you know what you're talking about. If somebody's young, he had no idea. The life is like a roller coaster, ups and downs, and
yeah,
and
never and never giving up. You know, you can always find yourself on the ground.
Exactly.
And yeah, so this song is one of the more, I will say, more of our popular songs as well, because it's really simple, straightforward, but something that seems like people are really liking this one. We had no idea that it's one of our more popular songs. So
you should apply for a European Song Contest. Make Lordi proud again.
We have thought about that, because it would be fun to
do it. Come on, do it. This was one of the best ever, because nobody gave them a chance, and they kicked everybody in the ass. Sorry, excuse my French, but this would be the breakthrough, my friend.
We thought about doing this year actually, but we ended up doing something different. You will see soon, as we're approaching on releasing a new album this year. So we were this close to doing a contribution to this. Maybe we do it next year, because in that show you can do a full production. You can maybe get someone behind you to pay some stuff as well. Then we can do exactly what we want and putting it out on TV. Let's see.
Pirate, you have my blessing for this, because this is a great idea, because this brings you to the next level, and even you're not a winner, but millions and millions of people see you, and you get new followers, and it opens. I would do this. If you have a chance to do it, do it.
We'll see. As I told you before, we are not, of course we want to get out to the big masses, but if we have a good song, it's always the most important for us. The music can never fall, so it should be a song that we take home the whole shebang, like Lordi did. Then we do it.
Yes. But it's what is great. This is not a follow up for Lordi. Lordi was 20 years ago or something like this, So it's time, in year 2026 then, And this is amazing. And the world need a new shocker, And this would be amazing. If this happens, my friend, I know this interview here will be one day very, very popular, because then we talk about this in February 2025. It's February, but the interview will be published in April.
Yeah.
All right, my man.
You put the spot on this, because I'll see next year, maybe.
Yeah, I don't forget you. I tell you, I follow you now. You have a curse now. The curse is now Rich Newton.
That's a good thing.
I will be in your bag. Before we talk about the main song today, because this is the new song and a new label, and I actually feature a lot of bands from this label, from former Roar, Rock of Ages Records. What is in the pipeline? What's going on? Are you in concert or on tour? What's happening in the world of Curse of Cain?
The things that happening now is that we are preparing for a release of a new album, and we are during this year actually releasing a lot of singles instead of just going for the album straight on, because I think all songs deserve to get the attention like in an album you can forget. So that's the focus now. We probably release like 6 singles before the first one is out. So we are doing with
this is Feel the Pain.
Yeah, and we are currently booking shows, of course, but and we are looking for the right tour. I don't know if other bands are afraid of us, because we put on a pretty intense show, right? So have us as a support act maybe not be that fun, as we really put a full flutter. But we hope we find someone to tour with, or we do it ourselves. We will, of course, this year do the Mine gig again. It's be the 3rd time we go 80 meters underground to play.
Okay.
Actually, we did a live stream from this Mine gig, and we were the first metal band in the world to ever live stream a show from a mine 80 meters underground.
Wow.
I didn't think it got the attention it deserved, but we were the first, right? So we continue doing this. And we do a
That's
lot of
the adventure mine. Yeah, I understand now.
So we will continue doing our.
We need a picture, my friend. We need a picture. Yes.
Yeah.
Give me some attitude.
An attitude.
Got you. Wait a moment. All right. Okay, my man. Great interview, great band, great videos. Love it. And there is much more coming. I'm 100% sure. One day this interview, will be famous because you are on the run, and I know this. I can feel it. I can smell it. There is something in the can for you guys. In a cane.
I hope that.
One more time. Feel the Pain. That is now the main question, the main song, the main video for what is the backstory to Feel the Pain before I let you go?
Feel the Pain is actually my story, the pirate story. So I put this. This is a special song for me. It's pretty personal because if you see the person behind the mask, I have done 5 knee operations. So I've been in a lot of pain, and I had to stop my other bands. If someone knows my story, I played in bands like Ad Infinitum, I played in Follow the Cypher. We have millions of streams. And I had to stop being in those bands because I was in so much pain. So this song is actually about getting back up there and doing what I love. And I'm back full throttle now again. So this song is, I think you can relate, anyone who has pain in their life can relate to this one, that you need to fight.
We have something in common, my friend. Do you know? We have something in common. I just released a book last week. You know what the name of the book is?
No.
Pain.
Yeah. But in pain, you can find salvation, because I changed my whole life after this injury. And a funny story was that I was actually carrying, do you know the band Sabaton?
Yes, of course.
It was the guitar player, Chris. I carried him on my back down the stairs. He's a good friend of mine. And I broke my knee. So he was also included in this story. Anyhow, without this pain injury, and so I wouldn't be here now talking to you, because this was actually...
You have any contact to Tommy?
A little bit.
Because I would love to have him in a show. But Jessica is a great band. I love his voice. I watch always his...
and he's a fantastic person.
Really please, nice. do me a big favor, reach out to him, because I try to write him, but I never get an answer, because I love his cover songs. He makes every cover song a special song, because he has a fantastic voice. He has the pipes. And Jessica, I play all Jessica music, because and it's fantastic. I love it. The new video will be played soon again. But this is already in April. If you have any contact to him, and please reach out to him. I would love to have him in the show.
I will tell him that you're a guy to talk to. And I hope we can talk some more in the future, maybe. Let's see where we end with this. I
will play all your videos, the coming videos, in my Best of Metal show. This is always Monday, and 100% you will be played.
Thank you.
Pirate.
It
was great to talk to you.
Once
again, good morning to Sweden, and good evening from the Philippines. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Feel the Pain.
Feel the pain.
Yeah.
This is Metalheads Forever. I am Blaze Bailey, and I am telling you, this is probably the best heavy metal show in the world.
Willkommen zum zweiten Teil der Show. Das war schon mal sehr, sehr geil, oder? Also ich finde, dass das Curse of Cain, wenn die wirklich mal mitmachen sollten, das war ja der Wahnsinn, wenn es ein zweites, wenn es wie Lore damals nochmal ein Schocker gewinnen könnte. Das wäre doch geil. Curse of Cain, sehr super cool, ich bin überzeugt, da kommt noch mehr. Und noch mehr gibt's heute. Geile Mucke vom Herzen, melodisch, geil, ein ganz toller Typ und ein absolut schönes Interview gewesen, auf das ich mich jetzt gleich freue und ich hoffe, ihr auch da draußen. Und zwar begrüße ich gleich Bob Saliba, der Gitarrist von King Crown, jetzt mit seinem Solo-Projekt. Sehr, sehr cooles Album und wir hören gleich mal Ride the Quasar. Ich würde sagen, let the madness begin und viel Spaß mit dem Interview mit Bob Saliba.
Nothing else in this whole cold eternal night. Spreading your stellar lightning dust, true source of a light. Floating in the empty space with no other means to escape. Some power to leave this orbit, this bridge road of mine. Oh, feel this unreachable power. Oh, here's the blinding tower. Oh, look at me now, how we ride the quest off from darkness into light. No, don't stop me now, otherwise you will burn your eyes. Hey, your hands are burned. Leave me away, it's time for me now. You try to break me enough. I see the emptiness of space. Forever hide your evil face. Dark and cold you choose so well. I will go for the bright light myself. Oh, look at me now, how we ride the quest off from darkness into light. No, don't stop me now, otherwise you will burn your eyes. I'm reading your mind, we surround the quest, all need to leave the night. I'll be far away soon, and you never reach my
And now welcome all the way from the southern France, my friend Bob Saliba.
Hello,
Hey, Bob, how you doing?
hello, Richie.
Nice to see you again, my friend. Happy
Yes.
New Year, because last year you was here with King Crown, and you know, King Crown wasn't that my absolute number one of the best album of 2024. And I
Wow.
mean it. That is what still. And with this fantastic song Nova Atlantis, we will today finish this interview. But today is not about King Crown. This will be our King Crown highlight in the end. But now we talk about the solo artist Bob Saliba. Bob, now I want to know about your upbringing. You born in southern France, or you moved there, or how everything started with you? How you started? Was music first? Was a band first, or you was a fanboy first? What was the first in the life of Bob Saliba?
I was born in southern France, in a town called Bordeaux, from a northern French mother and Oriental father. So and yeah, moved here in southern France. I always lived here since I'm 3 years old, and discovered the music quite early, listening to folk music, Greek music, Oriental music, Celtic music as well. You know, this whole thing's from my parents, and classic bands or artists, just like Abel, I was a kid, and then switched from rock and roll and heavy metal when I was a teenager. And the story began when I was a teenager, you know, buying my first electric guitar. And then it's just, you know, I just dive into the concept of extreme, you know, rock and roll or heavy rock and metal, and just wanted to, you know, just like all the kids, make a band back in high school, and later on at the university. Always, you know, always followed my education in university in sciences and blah blah blah. But always in parallel, I wanted to go farther in the artistic way. You know, trying to find some new things, compose, and it's a part of my DNA right now. So. Yeah, it began like this.
I'm happy now that you speak quite good English. With the French people, sometimes a little bit difficult. I had many French bands already, but yours speaks very good. Has a reason why your English is so fluent?
Maybe, you know, I'm from the university.
Okay.
As a scientist, we all work with everything is rated in English. You know. Books,
okay.
Publications, scientific papers, and blah blah blah. So I used to practice my English this way, even if I should practice even more. But well, I'm not fluent in English, but it's languages that I like. I like languages in generally speaking. So I also speak Italian and try to understand and speak several other European languages. I've learned German once when I was in school, but ich kann nicht Deutsch sprechen mehr. Schade.
Okay.
Schade. Yeah.
I was curious when you asked me, would I do invite you with your solo project as well? And I said, of course, and because King Crown was for me the surprise of the year. And then of course I want to know how is the solo stuff. And I was of course surprised. It is cool, a little bit different. King Crown is more a power metal, and your solo stuff is more catchy, melodic. But you are a singer. This is the different. You play the guitar and the voice, right?
Yes, in my solo project. Yeah, Joe is the over-talented heavy metal singer. He can reach notes quite high, and he has his own personality as a metal singer. I'm much more, you know, I would define myself as much more a heavy rock singer. It's much more like cover-delish vibe when I sing, and also it helps. It gives some much more solo on my solo project, singing, being myself the singer, and yeah, I put a bit more different influences. Folk music. I really like folk music and folk instruments. I brought this also in King Crown, but in my solo
especially,
project,
the guitar part in Nova Atlantis.
yeah,
So,
that's
but
an
it
example.
reminds me very much, Francesco Maras, the Italian guitar hero. He's a great guy,
Yeah.
and he's the guitar player also from Tigers of Pantang. And this reminds me very much, he's in this old school heavy metal band, and he produces his own stuff. It reminds me very, very similar. What he sings and plays the guitar. So this is great. So let's talk about Ride the Quasar. Ride the Quasar is not on the recent album. This will be like already for the future project. Talk a little bit about this song.
Yeah, Ride the Quasar. It's a comparison between taking back the control of your own life, regarding the feelings, being free again from bad people, and trying to find refining a new way, your own direction, and leaving the dark side of your life and the people that are trying to destroy your life to a lighter life. You got it? So the quasar is the brightest thing in the universe. So that's the comparison: leaving the dark side, from the dark side to the brightest thing in the universe. And just imagine yourself riding the quasar. Just imagine, not trying to do it for real. So that's the idea behind the song, and the whole concept behind the future album. It's about it, more or less. Also,
so this will be already the first teaser of the next album.
That's it.
Yeah, very, very cool. I like the song. It's great. Ride the Quasar. And I would say we go right to the next video. We have only 3 videos and a sampler of all the chorus from the Host of the Vanished World. This we will listen later on. But first, we listen to Entropy. I would say first we listen and watch the video, and then you tell me the story about this great song. Here is Entropy.
Possible to recreate a world vanished for a long time. The root is here since the beginning of time. Some call it evolution, tightly linked to the second rule. Disorders increases, entropy is the truth. yourself. Even if you decided to follow your own way, I'm feeling like I'm still closely linked to your destiny. Stop the engine on the wings of time, still riding. Here's the one I see. I just can't accept such a game of madness. This is so hard to understand. So hard to understand. The rule is just a never-ending fading off, fading down. When it's the end, does everything disappear? I just can't accept such a game of madness. This is so hard to understand. So hard to understand. The rule is just a never-ending fading off, fading down. When it's the end, does everything disappear? I just can't accept such a game of madness. This is so hard to understand. So hard to understand. The rule is just a never-ending fading off, fading down. When it's the end, does everything disappear?
This was Entropy. And I'm sure you have a good explanation for this song.
Oh yeah, entropy. Yeah, yeah. It's the second principle of thermodynamics. Okay, forget about it. It's a feeling to be the feeling to be alive, supporting life, and entropy. It's disorder. You know, scientifically speaking, it's disorder, and everything is going to die, to disappear. So it's just a reflection about it. How maybe in the future we can handle this a little bit easier. You know, expanding life, being old later in life, and blah blah blah. So it's fighting against the disorder, this entropy. This is the idea.
Okay. when you write, first question, that is a two-part question. When you write, you write the lyrics as well, or you have somebody who helps you with lyrics, or you're complete in control, music and lyric. This is your thing. So the first question,
my baby.
Okay, when you write songs, is it sometimes saying, oh, I think it fits more to King Crown, or you write specially for you? So this is what I write now. It's for me. Or you let the angel sings. That sometimes you have inspiration and saying, oh, actually it's not fits on my album. It fits more to King Crown, and you present it to the guys. Is it like this, or you have a complete different style of composing? Okay, now I compose only for King Crown, or
no? It's a mix of everything. No, I compose a lot myself. I like to create all the time. Always have ideas that I reuse, or I bring new ideas in general. So I compose a lot. Sometimes, of course, when it's 100% or 90 or 80% acoustic, or quite different from classic power metal, I know that I won't propose it to King Crown. But for instance, the songs I proposed for the Nova Atlantis album in King Crown, several riffs I composed them while being at Joe's house, all the parts in my home studio here. So, and yeah, I can bring. It's easy for me to bring new songs because I like it. You know, I like to be on stage, but the reason why I'm a musician myself, an artist, it's just I just like to create songs and to bring, to propose new universes, new topics and new sounds, and trying to bring my humble, you know, contribution to music like this. So it's the way I see things. Yeah, it comes naturally.
We have to later on, before we finish the interview, when we play this fantastic song Nova Atlantis, which is still my number one. They have to talk about this. This song gives me goosebumps. So every album needs at least one ballad, and this it was in the 80s already for me important. Coppins, for example, was the best songs actually nearly ballads, you know, like Always Somewhere or Still Loving You.
So many great ballads, so many great songs.
Yes. And the next one is also a fantastic song and shows complete different side of Bob Saliba. And this is the song Crystal Castle. And here is the song.
I'm sure I will succeed in finding reality. Realize they were all bothering me. I'd only follow my own rules now. All my life I've been on my own. Never betray the man I am. From the beginning of it all, they tried to steal my work. For sure I have to protect the results of years of studies. Keep it secret, there's still one thing to be done until the very end of the show. All my life I'll be on my own. Never betray the man I am. All my life I'll be on my own.
Crystal Castle. Love it.
Crystal Castle. Yes. Oh,
We
this
have a
one.
spoiler.
This one deals with your sanctuary. You got a special space that you want to keep for yourself. So it's a great place to be, a good place in which you can find all the inspiration, being yourself. But in the same time, it's a very fragile thing. So the idea behind it is be aware, not exposing yourself too much, and in the same time, not staying all the time in your ivory tower, because it's sometimes hard to handle when back to reality or back to the world that is surrounding you and the society and injustice, everything that you have to live in this world. So, it's just try to find a balance, never destroy your sanctuary, and much more than that, not allow people to destroy your sanctuary, because it's very fragile and you can lose everything from one day to another. Okay, that's
Yes.
more or less the idea. So yeah, and so the image Crystal Castle fits quite well with the idea, and yeah, that's it.
I relate to this because it happens to me. From a 4-bathroom villa to a garden house within 3 years, lost everything, and then you realize what you had. And then when you right now, I live in my own house, it's paid off, and I have my roof over my head, and security, I have a wife, and now I know it. I worship this now, because now it is ours, And before, a couple of years ago, I was homeless, actually, lost everything, because people think life is always a honeymoon, but life is a roller coaster ride. It goes ups and downs, and when you're down, you know how lovely it was in the upper sphere, and that's, I think,
Yes,
exactly
and
what these songs means,
That's it. And thank you for sharing your experience. It's even, especially when it's a hard one like this. But in the same time, in this kind of situation, you identify the people that are the good ones and the ones that will never do, that will try to destroy you, or at least they don't care. And it helps you identify the good ones and the bad ones, because when you're happy in life, and this is my life basically, I'm a very lucky person. I have the best parents, the best family. I have a great, wonderful brother, wonderful friends. I'm living in a wonderful place. And once you meet someone that want to destroy you, and in my case, she just kidnapped my son, because she's the mother, and this is the topic of my next album, by the way. And from one day to another, everything that surrounds you that is so positive, people that love you, help you, you have a great job, you have an artistic life, and then the devil comes in your life and tries to destroy everything. So it's difficult times. Most of the people have to face this kind of situation in life, but at the same time, it allows you to get stronger, to understand, who's the right ones, who's the bad ones, and the kind of people you have to avoid in life, because these people are parasites, basically, and they just can't bear your happiness. They just can't accept that somehow you can succeed in what you want to do, and it's all linked to jealousy. And jealous people, you have to avoid them, because even if they smile to you, one day when you will be weaker, they will stab you in the back, and they will try to kill you. The people that love you, the people that surround you, they would try to not only kill you, but destroy your world, because they are jealous, and they didn't just do what the little things you did, and it's all about it. We have to grow up. We are not teenagers or children anymore for a long time, unfortunately, but it's a part of life, and it's one of my main topics currently while writing songs. Yes, of course.
You see, you're writing songs and I'm writing books. And I just released a book, and then the next book is on the way. The next book has already books in the line now, and I had the same experience. These backstabbers, the wrong friends, the smiling friends. They say I'm the best friend, and in the end, he's a greedy, jealous asshole. And I had the same. But in the end, I survived this, and now the karma hits back. Because I write about the stories, the true stories, and this gives me some satisfaction. It makes me happy to get it out of my system, because it still bothers me, because it is very, very painful if you trust somebody and you call him a friend, and then it's not a friend, it's actually a devil, and I know what you mean. And so
when it's a friend, when it's the mother or the father sometimes, but in my case, the mother of your child, it's very difficult to handle, because it's some kind of betrayal. But in the end, you're stronger. You're stronger, and you just realize that life, you have a lot of things to do in life. Still, you have a lot of great experiences to live, to share with the good people, with the new ones, with the one that never let you down. And we have to focus on the right ones and the positive things in life. And look, it allowed you to write a book that I will buy then, and it allowed me also to write songs and to compose a whole album talking about it and all the things around it, because it's also talking about justice, the so-called justice. And in our countries, a father means nothing to a judge. And even if you're in your rights, you are somehow the victim of what she did using a kid, you will never be seen like as this in front of a judge, especially when it's done in her country. It's there's so many things to tell and to point with a finger. And this next album will be really, really much more direct when compared to Hostile to the Vanished World, which is this is the album of innocence somehow. It deals with the life of scientists. Yeah, of course, my own life, somehow some kind of inspiration to the album. But the beauty of nature, the beauty of sciences, the beauty of being committed in great projects in your life, to give a sense to your life. And this is the meaning of this first album, Hostile to
I hope the happy end is already around the corner, or maybe it's already here. You and your child, this connection, this is the most important, because
you're right.
Love will never fade away, and love will find its way.
You're so right, and you're almost wrote the lyrics of one of the next songs. That's great. That's great.
But we are here today to talk about your recent album called Host of a Vanished World. And I play now. I produced this little medley for you. And we listen to all the chorus from this fantastic album. Here is Host of a Vanished World, the medley.
I believe that I have to go. There is something coming on me. There's a path I have to follow. Will you ever understand me? I believe that I have to go. There's another story. Another story. another way to be free. All my life I'll be on my own. Never be free, the night my own. Here's the world I see. I just can't accept such a game of madness. This is so hard to understand. So hard to understand. It is time to realize, save out what is left. It is time. Stop abusing us. It is death before our life. Into the light, free your mind. Inside your mind, break the walls. Free to express the wonders of the end. Oh no, all my tears are coming back. Why are they killing me now? And how can I reach out? See clearly now. In your eyes, the will to fulfill your plan. To all the world, I scream the danger we live in. Time has come. Now I am here to contemplate one more time. Through these scenes, the sounds of the dawn. Far away from our world and from the town. It's time for me. I just want to fly. Just one more time. I search to survive. While looking at the sky, just need to fly away from this place for one time or two.
Yes, every song a killer, not to find a filler. And let's talk about the album. What inspired you to write this album? How long you needed to write this album? Was it done quickly or was it in years? Tell me about the cover. Tell me about Host of a Vanished World in a nutshell.
Yes, I used to be focused on my other bands and the bands I'm committed for years now. Nowadays, King Crown for more than almost 3 years, and I always wanted to write songs in parallel, but I was never so decided to give 100% chance to my solo project. I did a folk rock project long time before, but this was just to have fun. For this one, what happened is back in 2016, so almost 10 years ago, I was in contact with a great drummer, John Macaluso, and he's the drummer of this fantastic band, Auch, and he used to be the drummer of Ingrid Malmsteen. He has a great career. He's a so talented guy, and he came in my town, Marseille, and the agency that was responsible for this event called me, and John proposed me to sing 3 songs of Auch for his clinics. for his clinic in Marseille. And then we built a band here to play the songs, to play these 3 songs of Ark. And later on, one of my friends, a guitar player, a very talented one, gave me the idea, why don't we record an album with John Macaluso? The alchemy was so perfect altogether. And I said, this is not a bad idea. By the way, just have to ask the guy. And so the project was born like this. But in time, we parted ways a little bit with my guitar player. He's a close friend of mine. It's not the problem. But he had different projects. And I really want to follow my own direction on this one. But and John played the game. So he recorded the drums of this album. And I 3 years later, I came to Italy. He's living in Italy, and was there with him, recording, being with him while he recorded the whole album. And this was a great experience. And at that time, I realized that I really had to launch this because the songs were all there. I had a lot of things to say, to talk about, and everybody around me told me, Bob, you have to do something with this. And I didn't have a name for the band. I was thinking about consortium or something. People, they told me, my friends, there are so many names in the metal scene, blah, blah, blah. Just use your pseudo, your own name. Okay, Bob Saliba. So let's do it this way. And then contacted some artists, and one of them, a fantastic one, Oleg Shabakov, a Russian guy from Voodoo Dark Art, a very talented guy, just proposed me this wonderful artwork, and he put my character in the middle, because he used to do this for other solo projects. So he kept the idea, and I saw this, and oh, it's great. There's everything I'm talking about in the background. You know, it's a mix of science fiction, some dystopic elements, paleontology clues here and there. So everything was there to go further in the project. And then sponsors came in, great radio, Vinyl Times Radio, a French radio. They put a lot of funds in the project, working now with these wonderful people at FTF Music, supporting the project, my live musicians, and all the guests that accepted to join the project and record guitar solo there, some lyrics there, so some vocals, everything. The recipe was there, and we just had to make it. And I'm very happy, because I was so honored to see all these great musicians and artists. Most of them are great careers, much more than I don't have any career myself when compared to these guys. And I'm a fan, you know, I'm a former fan of their bands. And I was just a young student at the university at the time. So, and I'm so happy. And it gives a soul to the album, and the impulsion, you know, the very start, the very beginning of the story. And now I'm very decided to be even more focused on this. The second album is ready, and so on and so on. And I'm writing the songs for the third one. I'm very motivated. I like creation, and this project allows me to create without any compromise. You know, it doesn't have to be power metal or progressive metal, or I just want to do what I want to do and what I like to do, and share it to the people.
I tell you what, this is not very often that I 5 minutes shut the mouth and listen, because you are a great storyteller, and I can see this in front of me, you know, like how cool, and this album shows it. this is done by professionals. This is really, really cool. And so we have before we end the interview with a fantastic Nova Atlantis, the peak of the evening.
Maybe one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. I didn't talk about him because there are so many people commented, but Bruno Pradel from the studio, Yoko E Studio, where I recorded most of the guitar parts and also the vocals, gave also a soul to the album. So again, thank you to all these guys, and we are so happy all together making this.
All right, Bob, we need a picture. Are you ready? Yes.
Ready.
And 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Yes.
So I tell you what. When it was not easy for me in the end of 2024 when I put the best 20 albums for me, because after so many bands in 1 year, so many great albums, it was sometimes I feel really guilty and unfair because this band should be also better. But I say, okay, I need 20, and when it comes 10, 9, 8, and I had my list already, I said, what song really gives me the most goosebumps always when the chorus starts? And this was Nova Atlantis. And it was
wow.
So you remember when you guys wrote this song, you had this killer tune on hand?
Yeah, more or less. Every song has its own story, and I think that this one, particularly this one, most of the riffs were brought by Seb, our bass player. Then Seb came to my house here, and we took the guitar and we reworked on the riffs, and then I brought my mandolin and my Greek bouzouki to bring these arrangements, and then writing the guitar solos. It was great things because we were thinking about already. I wanted to bring this Mediterranean folk instruments because we are deeply in our DNA, the Mediterranean Greek, the Greek mythology, and it's all about it. And I'm happy you liked it because it's really all soul inside of it.
I loved Greek stuff. The food, for example, is my favorite food from all food. Is the Greek food. I love the Greek food. The platters, and bifteki and souvlaki and gyros. I love it. And I was there in 89, 6 weeks, from Saloniki to Patras to Batmonas to Athens. All the way the coast. Wow, and tour there and play there. And it was.
You learned some Greek words then. Parakalo, Afaritopoli. Remember this? This art, it's
it's a song about, but it was an experience of a lifetime, and if you watch your video, this is not the power metal style like Manowar with black leathers. No, this is white jeans and white, and the blue water is blue white. It's Greek, So and this there's some spare. I love this video, and that's why it's for me still the #1. And what can I say?
Thank you.
Before we play the song and I let you go, what is in the pipeline? Or with the last question, what is I saw some news. King Ground is playing, and so are there solo shows with Bob Saliba and band? What's going on?
Yeah. It's easier with King Crown because with the experience of Joe, David, and we have a great manager working also with Jeep, our manager. He found us great festivals in Germany, in Czech Republic, and in France, of course. And it's all anyway. It's all on our website. It's very there's a lot of motivation when touring and playing gigs. According to Bob Saliba, it's still a smaller project, a smaller band, and we are relying quite on our booking agency right now. We just joined the same booking agency. Laurent, he's a friend, a very committed person with a great team surrounding him, helping him, and with the help of my label, yes, we FTF Music, we are trying to get some gigs, and even if it's not an easy task, we are quite convinced we will make it, because we are decided, and we believe in our music, and we believe that it can bring something, and we want to share good moments with the audience. When you know this feeling, you cannot leave it. Never, you need to meet the audience, and you need to play the music. So yes, we will make it also with Bob Saliba project, obviously.
Very cool. Thank you so much for this great talk, special deep talk today, and had no idea
what
the next album will be. Interesting.
Stay tuned.
Cool. Touching.
Stay tuned.
Absolutely. And I see, I hope to see you again soon. You take care, my friend.
Pleasure.
Give my regards to the rest of King Crown and fantastic band. Tell them there is a fan in the Philippines.
Thank you, Richie. So take care.
One more time, here's King Crown and Nova Atlantis. I salute you. Bye, my friend.
Bye-bye.
The Metalheads Forever Rockcast show is proud to present progressive groove metal from Germany. Sober Truth. Don't miss the interview with this fantastic band. The Metalheads Forever Rockcast show salutes you.
Diese Show wurde euch präsentiert von Newton Artworks. And don't forget, like, subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching. We salute you.
Thank you.